is the scariest example of medical negligence you've seen? 1. When my son Garrett was 2 years old, he started complaining about belly and back pain when his legs were raised to change his diaper. I took him to the HMO pediatrician that took my insurance. The doctor said, just wanting attention. I was told to take his bottle and pacifier away and sit him in the corner when he cried. I switched him to a sippy cup, let him keep his pacifier, and he was comforted when he cried. He never sat in the corner. He got worse. You could visualize his liver, it was so swollen. Back to the doctor, who said to take dairy out of his diet and place on brat diet. He got worse and developed bilateral bruising in both eyes. Back to the doctor, who said he had no idea what caused that and didn't offer to research it for the diagnosis. I requested a specialist. Got denied. He ordered tests but then canceled them all. He was misdiagnosed 7 times, and when he became paralyzed from the waist down, we went to ER. He was admitted, and the next morning he went into surgery to have a tumor removed from his adrenal gland. Afterwards, I was told he had neuroblastoma, had no chance of survival, but treatment would put him in remission and give him more time. He got chemotherapy and radiation and was in clinical trials. He had the rarest childhood cancer worldwide, and most children didn't live to see 4. He did go into remission, but when on his wish trip it came back. In his blood, bones, and tumors in both eye sockets. He died at the age of 4, at home in my lap with hospice there for support. The funeral home was called, and when they got there he had to force me to hand him over. I buried him with his dinosaurs and Power Rangers and wanted to climb in the coffin with him. He would be 25 years old now, and the grief never lessens or goes away. It's with me every day and still can bring me to my knees. 2. I was 6 months pregnant with a very healthy pregnancy. I went to get out of the car, which was not difficult at 6 months along. I swung my legs out and my feet touched the ground, then all of a sudden I was hysterically crying, snot pouring out of my nose, screaming in pain. Pain level 9. My husband got me to the ER, where I kept yelling at everyone that it hurt above my uterus and it wasn't pregnancy related. Up to the maternity ward they take me despite my insistence that it wasn't pregnancy related. I laid flat on my back and pain eased up to tolerable. Pain level 5. Red flag. A 6-month pregnant woman won't want to lie flat on her back. The baby checked out fine, just as I knew he would. This same scenario happened 8 times over the next month and a half, and no one would listen that it was not pregnancy related. Finally, on that 8th time I was admitted because now I'm seen as a pain med seeker and they wanted to do an early delivery because I'm now an unfit mother. Keep in mind that I have declined pain meds every single time they were offered. I wouldn't be able to describe my symptoms if they covered them up with pain meds. A new sonographer comes into my hospital room to do a long ultrasound to make sure the baby is making breathing motions so they could deliver early via C-section. This is my 3rd kid and I've only delivered vaginally. Before she came in I could hear the nurses telling her how I was just after pain meds and they were going to have a social worker take the baby as soon as it was born. So